Welcome to Rita's Room. I'm Rita, and this is my room, your spiritual electronic salon, where we do the exercise of staying awake using affirmations, breathing in that we're enough, and guided meditation. So every week I like to begin, and this week is a big week for us because it's the 12th of the trilogy of passages. We're in the third end, the third of the trilogy of passages, and we're working with security, peace, confidence, and tonight we're working with trust. So this is a big night because we're trusting to move into the future, the unknown together. So let's begin with this week's affirmations. I trust the people in my life. I easily embrace a trusting attitude. I am a responsible and trusting soul. My behavior reflects my ability to be trusted. All right, that's an interesting one. You know, my behavior, that's an interesting affirmation. My behavior reflects my ability to be trusted. My behavior reflects my, all right, so we are creating being trusted, we're creating trusting ourselves, and so we're going to behave in such a way as to know that we are trustworthy and to trust that, because what is trust? A firm reliance on the integrity, ability, or character of a person or a thing. You know, and that's what we are trusting. We trust the character of the foundation of the floor that we're walking on, that it's not going to go through. That's integrity of a building, you know. So it's interesting. Words are very interesting. I like words. So, all right. So we're working in passages. This is part 3. This is the, you know, we're just at the end of the road, so to speak. We are at the end of our road. We're going into new beginnings. We're going to start all over again. And this week we are working with trust. Absolutely. Trustworthiness is a part of how we are creating peace on this planet in our lifetime. So let's go ahead and trust ourselves enough to know that we are enough, and we can say Hada together. So let's do Hada. Inhale deeply. I have enough. Exhale fully. I am enough. Inhale deeply. I do enough. Exhale fully. I achieve enough. Inhale deeply. I have enough. Exhale fully. I am enough. Inhale deeply. I do enough. Exhale fully. I achieve enough. And one more time. Inhale deeply. I have enough. Exhale fully. I am enough. Inhale deeply. I do enough. Exhale fully. I achieve enough. All right, Hada, and Hada is so good. It's so important. So let's take a quick review of Hada, because it's, you know, as we're closing this whole passages, and it's such a big event, you know, you can do the whole thing all over again, and you can do any one of them because there's no prerequisites. Whatever your intuition asks you to do, it's, you know, on the website. You can go to it whenever you want. But just for a minute, let's just look at the 4 elements of Hada: having, being, am, being, doing, and achieving, because this is part of the psyche of who we are. You know, it's that inner child, it's that adolescent, the young adult, and it's also the adult, the mature adult, the person who we are. So we're working with trust, and that's fire, it's the spiritual body, and it's north. And our good orderly direction God, and working with valuing the self versus outside validation. You know, all of these things that we're doing, the doings and the havings that are dumped into the kettle of life, are going to be rendered into a potion. And find a sense of hope and gentleness and kindness so that you can drink from the ladle and you can drink the potion of perfection. So that's our meditation, which is the Mirror of Giants. And we like to do all of these things in unison with the elements and with the directions and with our bodies, our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies. So let's say the affirmations again. I trust the people in my life. I easily embrace a trusting attitude. I am a responsible and trusting soul. My behavior reflects my ability to be trusted. Boy, that really hits me. You know, it's interesting because when I prepare for these shows, for these programs that I do, I ask for guidance. I get the guidance. I get the words. I get the affirmations. But, you know, it's not like I'm making them up and have a certain idea in my own opinion about what they mean. I trust that it's coming from my intuition, from the universal law that is the God source, because I'm asking that these programs be of unconditional love without motive or attachment for the divine good of all, so that everybody who hears whatever it is that you hear it in a way that serves you in doing the healing work. And so when I hear them, when I watch the show myself, or even now saying them with you, it's kind of an interesting thing because it's like, ooh, you know, this is hitting home. This is an area I need to work with. So, all right, so I trusting the people in my life. Well, I feel comfortable with that one. I trust the people in my life. Do you? I easily embrace a trusting attitude. All right, that's an easy one. I am a responsible and trusting soul. I feel good about that. And this behavior thing, you know, like what does that mean? So I choose to have behavior of the trustworthy self. I choose to have behavior of the trustworthy self right here and right now, and I can rely on the integrity and the ability of my character. I can, because I trust that, and I will always come from unconditional love without motive or attachment for the divine good of all, from my integrity, from the authorship of who I am. That feels really good. So that's exciting. So when we're getting ready now to go into this meditation, take a breath, think about these qualities, and let's meditate. You can open your eyes, keep them open, look at those beautiful visuals. And we're going to count down from 5 to 1 so you get nice and centered and in an altered state of consciousness as we work with perfection. And we're going to find in that perfection the perfect you, because you are perfect right here and right now. Counting down, and 5, 5, 5, descending and relaxing. 5 as you listen to the sound of my voice, and 5, 4. Take a deep breath, 4 and 3, 3, 3, 3, and 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. You're in your safe place. a beautiful place in nature, or off to the side you can see a little house that you've been familiar with, that you know is your little house. The little house where your inner child and your adolescent and your higher self live, where you go to be with them, to do your healing work. Today we're going to work on clearing up all of those self-imposed beliefs about imperfection. And to your perhaps surprise or alarm, you see a giant mirror. And showing up on that giant mirror is you, your face. Just the way you look right now. Your face, your body, and everything else about you. Your wardrobe, the car you drive or don't drive, the house you live in, your relationships, that significant other or the lack of a significant other, your children or your parents or both. Everything that makes up what you believe about yourself, how you perceive yourself by what you do and by what you have. And we're going to put all of that doing and all of that having into a big pot, into a big kettle. Off here to the side, you can see this huge kettle with a flame under it. And you're going to put all of that doing and all of that having, what you've acquired in life, what you have and what you do, in this kettle and cook it. That's right. And out of that is going to come a nice potion. And that potion is going to help you to realize who you are and the perfection of who you are, the perfection of the uniqueness of who you are. So let's go back to that big mirror. And pulling out from that big mirror are all of the doings and all of the havings. And as you pour that into the big kettle, just spend a moment or two here by the mirror without the haves and without the do's. Without those things that you do, your job, title, and all the things that you have, the material possessions that you have, and see what's left. See what's left, see what's left, see what's there beyond all of that. See what you are beyond all of that, who you really are. And what you're going to see are those moments that you've come from your heart. Those moments when you've spoken to someone and given them a sense of hope. Those moments when you were gentle and kind. Those moments when you were gentle and kind with yourself. And going back even further, going back to the childhood when you were creative and your imagination went wild. And let's take all of that. Let's take all of your imagination of the child and of the adolescent and all the goodness of your higher self in your heart. And take that package and put that package into the kettle. And all of that mixed together with the doings and the havings and the beings. And a big stick. You walk over to the kettle and you start to stir the potion. And there's a flame under the kettle, and it's cooking up good. And you find in your hand is a big silver ladle. You're stirring and you're stirring and you're stirring and you're feeling things happening to you already. You're realizing that what you have is not who you are. You're realizing that what you do is not who you are. And all of those caps that you wear, all of those hats that you wear, none of it is really who you are. You are a perfect child of the universe. You are a perfect, unique child of the universe, and you have a very divine purpose for being here, right here and right now, and your life is perfect. Your life right here and right now is perfect. And so you go into this wonderful elixir, this potion, this drink that is part of you, that has been cleansed and transcended and transmuted. And you're going to take this ladle and dip down into the kettle and bring it up and hold it in your hands and drink. Drink the potion of your perfection. Drinking the potion of your perfection. Going back to the mirror now, you look different. All of those things that you thought were wrong with you are gone. The lines, the too big this, the too small that. And all of those things that you do and all of those places that you've been to in your deepest feelings of not good enough. It's all erased. It's all gone. It's no longer a part of who you are. For what you are is beauty and light. What I am is beauty and light. And you can see that now. You can see that now as you face yourself in the mirror and look plainly into your own eyes. And the mirror is gone, and you are face to face with yourself. And you love yourself. You truly love yourself. You truly feel compassion and love and generosity and kindness. You're no longer willing to abuse yourself verbally. You're no longer willing to abuse yourself in any way. All that you do now is out of love, out of unconditional love, with no ulterior motives, with no expectations, for the divine good of all. That is your perfection. And you're sitting in a room filled with flowers. And the sweet smell of the flowers are filling your nostrils and clearing out your heart as you relax and know your true perfection. And so it is. Coming back, getting ready to come back into your body, back in the room. We're going to count from 1 to 5 and you'll be back in the room. 1, take a deep breath. And 2, start to feel your fingers and your toes coming back into your body, coming back into your body. And 3, 3, 3. And take a deep breath. 4, and back in the room. 5, back in the room. So here. Okay, that was the Mirror of Giants. And, you know, this is a wonderful, wonderful time to be alive, and we're doing all this work, and you're getting so clear, you're getting so crystal clear that you know your life is changing, and that life is not happening to you, but you are in charge of your reality, because you know that you are the only thinker in your head. And you've had this wonderful, wonderful opportunity to do these 12 modules of passages. We've just been on 3 passages, 3 individual passages of 4 individual sessions, and that we're working now with the last one with trust. Trusting ourselves, trusting our world, trusting that we can handle anything that comes our way. And we're working with fire, the element of fire, our spiritual body, and north. So when we work with good orderly direction, all right, that's about God, valuing yourself versus outside validation, you know, letting go of the confusion and finding the actualized self. That's what we did. And you are the actualized self. And all of the doing and all of the havings were dumped into a kettle, and they turned into kindness and gentleness. And drinking from that kettle potion, we found the true perfection of who we are. What a trip that was. So let's go ahead and look at this week's quote. All right. I know God, talking about God a lot today, I know God will not give me anything I can't handle. I just wish he didn't trust me so much. That's Mother Teresa of Calcutta. All right, so we know that God won't ever give us more than we can handle. Sometimes it feels like we can't handle it, but we always can handle it. We always do. But that doesn't mean that we want to have that kind of adversity in our life. It doesn't mean that we're choosing now to create more of necessity. No, we're going to come from a place of freedom and hope and goodness and knowing that we're okay right now, and then get even more okay and even more okay. And that's what's happening. So we don't have to hit rock bottom anymore. We don't have to hit rock bottom anymore. We don't have to start all over again, even though, in fact, the universe has provided a consciousness of a catch-22, basically, an automatic pilot of basically doing that. But each way we shed instead of coming and grabbing more negativity, now we're shedding all of that didn't serve us. We're letting go of all of that didn't serve us, and we're pulling in all that does and feeling good about ourselves, coming from that good, orderly direction, from the God source. All right, and God isn't going to give us more than we can handle. God wants us to be happy. Yeah, God wants us to be happy, and God can provide us with all that we need to be happy. All that we need to do is be willing to receive. You know, be willing to receive. That means feeling good about yourself. That means letting go of all of the shtick and all of the ideas about you that don't feel good. So you want to trust the people in your life. You want to embrace a trusting attitude. You want to be a responsible and trusting soul. You already are that. And your behavior, rather, is going to reflect all that. I really have an issue with this behavior thing. Maybe it's the word. I feel like my rebel showing up. So, all right, so let's say the affirmations again. I trust the people in my life. I easily embrace a trusting attitude. I am a responsible and trusting soul. My behavior reflects my ability to be trusted. Okay, trust. That's what we're working with. That's what we've gone through. Security, peace, confidence, and trust. This is the third module of the Passage series, the third section with this trilogy thing. Fire, spirituality, north. That's where we are. We're here. We're at the top of the world, and we feel good about ourselves. We know the difference between valuing self and outside validation. You know, when you make a choice, is that a powerful choice for you so that you can feel good about yourself and everybody in your life? And that's not some kind of like selfish thing. You know, really asking to come from unconditional love without motive or attachment for the divine good of all, you get that message across and it comes back to you and you see for yourself. You get that life is good and that you can be you know, it's all about trusting. This is about trusting yourself to be responsible and trusting soul. Trusting yourself to be responsible. And what does that mean to be responsible? I know that I'm responsible because I ask the universe to give me the answers of what's going on in my life from an authority of being the one who creates my reality. And that gives me all of the power to have the integrity and honesty, to not be afraid of being honest. That's what trust is, to not be afraid of being honest. I love that. All right, so this was good. This was really good. I'm excited that we did this. It's going to be on the website. And I am Rita, and I love you, and I'll see you next time.
And the fear fades away.